Wow, June! We're already halfway through the year! June is about building your strength. June Divider is all about your experience of strength. It can be character strengths that shaped your thoughts and actions, talents that make you bloom where you are planted, skills that you are sought for, and interests that you enjoy and make you shine. What does it take to cultivate your strength? The first step is to choose the right strength to develop. Have a positive attitude, committing to an attainable goal, accessing the right tools, and the vulnerability to ask for support will also help you work towards becoming a physically, mentally, and emotionally strong person capable of pursuing anything. Acknowledge your strengths. This page is filled with adjectives. Encircle, color, or design 5 to 7 adjectives that best describe you. Knowing your capabilities will help you use them more effectively. That's it! We hope this was helpful, and let's all become physically, mentally, and emotionally strong, capable of pursuing anything.
"15 years ago, after experiencing my biggest failure, I realized despite having a confident personality, I was driven to follow goals that were not true to my heart. Looking at my past successes at that time, I realized one of my tools was a planner that helped me balance my life. I learned that it was important to really connect with yourself deeply and purposely create and design a life you love. So I designed the pages of the BDJ Power Planner to ground my day-to-day schedule with my vision of myself. I realized that women struggle with multiple roles they play, the various responsibilities, and being able to balance all that with their dreams. BDJ Power Planner is all about reclaiming your power, the power of choice to live the life you deserve. It inspires the balance of dreaming amidst responsibilities. BDJ has served as a best friend that journeys with you through your ups and downs, witnessing your heartbreaks and successes, but through it all, celebrates your self-discovery journey in living to the fullest and empowering you to create a life you love.
I guess having this journal makes me look forward to the next year, and just opening the pages inspired me to do better and to focus more on my work and to cultivate my craft and to just be a better person in general.
BDJ has helped me to become more organized, especially when I was in my teen years, because it's the time where you form habits, and it definitely helped me a lot in terms of organization and being more put together.
Having a BDJ Power Planner is like having a companion, a friend in me. I love how it's specially designed to help women bring out the best in themselves. This planner helped me a lot to cope up with my anxiety and depression due to this pandemic.
In the next 15 years, we envision BDJ and Viviamo to move millions of people globally to create lives they love by connecting to, expressing, and actualizing their joy. We believe joy is the peace and clarity of being anchored on purpose. We hope to fire up dreaming bigger, connecting deeper to self, and truly committing to working on the life they deserve. We hope that we become the seed that grows in the hearts of millions that will help them awaken their power to create the life they love.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to the second Wednesday of the month. I see there's a lot of people excited watching us today. Shout out kay Kimmy. Kasi Kimmy, ang dami nating hearts na kukuha kay Kimmy. And of course, our moderator, Kate. Belated happy birthday, Kate. And then, daming hearts ni Kimmy. Please do share with us where you're watching us from. Hello, hi, Lester. Ayan. So, just wanted to do a short greeting to everyone. It's the second Wednesday of the month of June, and we're excited because every second Wednesday of the month, syempre, what we do is that we talk about being able to live boldly. And why are we talking about living boldly? It's because this learning series is a partnership with Revlon, a well-loved beauty brand that wants you to live boldly. And in this series, we talk about beauty, makeup, and many other things. And actually, it's beyond that. It's about really life, right? Na what are the steps? What are the things that we need to do to be able to live boldly? So thank you guys for tuning in. Please do share where you're watching us from. And in the meantime, I will bring my co-host for tonight, which is Erica T. Ano ba? Brand engagement.
Brand engagement, makeup girl, class clown. Good evening, Dar.
Good evening, Erica. Thank you again for joining us. And I know you're tied down. You're forever until the end of the year with me to do this with me.
Not enough, in my opinion. It's like, we can start making this twice a month. I don't mind. But Belle will kill us pala. Joke lang. Love you, Belle.
So we have our girls watching Madge Palagam, watching from Paranaque. And of course, naalala mo ba to?
Oh, wow. We have
Miami,
Kate Blue is
Cubao.
watching from Miami. Oh, okay.
Cubao.
Alam mo na yun, Miami. Okay. May Miami ba sa Cubao?
I think lahat
Diba,
ng
ano
cities
yun?
meron
New
sa
York?
Cubao.
Oh, really?
Meron, iba't ibang places.
Los
Ayan,
Angeles, ganun. Oregon.
Yeah. Yes, ayan. Sa Antipolo naman si Kimmy. And sabi nga niya, to live boldly in the pandemic is an interesting goal.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed. It's not an easy one. It's definitely, as the name suggests, a bold goal.
Yes. And to help us with our bold goal, we are giving a Revlon item for tonight. And tonight's prize is the Color Stay Glaze Stick Eyeshadow.
Woohoo!
It's just a different variant. Kita ba? Ayan. It's just a different variant, but
Yes.
this is
Do the YouTube showcase.
Ayun. Ito yung glaze. Ayun, glaze. Yes. So, we're definitely giving a Bella and a Revlon watcher. All our audience for tonight, anyone watching us tonight, if you want to win the Color Stay Glaze Stick, please sign up at go.bdj.studio/signup and comment with your takeaway from today's live. Kasi madami kaming pag-uusapan ni Erica. Okay. Actually, alam mo ba, Erica, binunyag na nila yung today, June, is our season 2.
Season 2. I feel like we're on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Kasi yung season 1, we talked about in broad strokes about beauty, confidence, and living boldly. And starting season 2, kasi important na yan na we have to focus na on more concrete ways to
Right.
live boldly, di ba? Hindi
Correct.
naman pwedeng puros mindset na lang tayo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, ayun. Ikaw, how are you, Erica, in your living
We
boldly?
are boldly trying to, Dar, and this is something that we are both very aware about. I think like we have a lot of conversations on these. So now we get to share it with you guys, with the Bellas.
Yes.
Being bold sometimes is facing your emotions, acknowledging
Yes.
them, and kasi parang no, ba't pa ako magpapanggap? Like it's definitely a tough time, and I think if you are going through a tough time, don't be in denial of it. Parang the bold thing to do is to face it, acknowledge it, go through it, and that's how I'm living boldly. I'm just
Yes.
crying my heart out, eating ice cream. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, when times get tough, it's always important to within yourself, parang yun nga, face the emotions, process it, and then look around you and realize that you have a huge support system, that there are so many other people cheering you on because they know that you can get through it. They know that you can continue to live boldly. So that's what I'm doing this month. I am taking my time to face the emotions and move forward.
Yes, I agree.
What about
Actually,
you?
pwede ko bang dagdagan? Meron akong alam mo naman, mahilig ako guys sa mga webinars and kung ano mga learning sessions.
Mga
And then, like,
learning series. Dar's self-learning series.
Yeah. I also try to, it actually gives me a lot of inspiration just being able to like watch these things, and I pass it on to you guys watching us today every time. And I'm just excited to be able to share. So one of the things I was watching, Erica, sinasabi niya yung gazelle, when, di ba yung gazelle, like the deer, it looks like a deer, right? But mas mukha siyang graceful. Di ba? Yung gazelle, pag natatakot daw talaga siya, parang sobrang siyang nanginginig, like vibration to the max. And then, parang yung pinaparallel niya, and that's actually a defense mechanism that they need to be able to release the energy so that they can, because of the vibration, they can run faster and get away from danger. So the person who was sharing about this is that what happens when we feel anxiety, yung parang, di ba, pag natatakot tayo, gumaganon din naman tayo eh.
Right.
We try
so,
to
kailangan natin
suppress.
Tumakbo. Charot.
Ano yung ginagawa natin? Di ba sinusuppress?
Yeah.
Instead of
Deny.
Deny. Instead of allowing the vibration to continue, para lang
and let it pass.
Because parang you feel the emotions until there's nothing to feel about it. Para alam mo, tapos na. Kasi otherwise, wala. Babalikan mo yung lesson. Ayun.
Truly, I agree.
Kaya I really support Erica in your break and in your facing of the emotions, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Ayan.
See, guys, when you face your emotions, the universe, God, whatever it is, whatever higher power you believe in, it provides you with the support system that you need to sort of affirm you. I think sometimes yun din yung hanap natin na parang, yes, speaking from experience. But I definitely do think sometimes na parang that's what we look for is, we're just looking for affirmation where it's like, am I doing the right thing? Am I being crazy? Or is this something that I should do? And, left and right, people are like, yeah, you know what? You're doing the best you can. Now I think you should just do you. And I'm like, well, sign me up for the next car ride out of the city.
Ay, ako din. Pwede ba akong makasaba?
Maaari din. Halika na. Ikaw ba gusto mo magpaitim? Yun ang goal ko.
Oo, gusto kong magpaitim.
Yun ang goal ko. Oo. Parang I'm so pale na.
madami akong anecdotes dyan ng ever since high school that I really love getting tanned. So, I'm one of those people Diba, you know how, sabi nila, pag maputi ka, gusto mo umaitim. Pag maitim ka, gusto mo
Correct.
pumunti ka. Yung mga
Correct.
ganyan. So, parang nandun ako.
Correct.
Feeling ko lang mas magaganda yung mga morena. So, your aspiration ko. Kaso lang guys, sorry, chinita ako.
I know.
But it's okay. I enjoy that about myself, that I'm able to get a bit tanned. Unfortunately lang right now in the past, ilang months na ba? Years.
Kung
18
tayo
months
season
na.
2, si ECQ,
Ten.
di ko na alam,
Season
season 74. Dinig niya ata yung UAAP.
So, ayan, yung ECQ natin. So, yung discussion natin, guys, today for living boldly, it's all about, we want to be able to explore living intentionally. Because intention is your starting point. And that's why our topic for tonight is, how do you design your life? Diba? Excited daw yung mga bellas natin today, Erica, and how do we
me
design
too.
our life? Ikaw, alam mo ba how to design your life?
Through it. We're going through it with you guys. And then Dar's here. I don't know. Oh, there. My camera's there. Dar's here. So, she'll walk us through it, everybody. Calm down. So Dar will walk us through it.
Definitely, we'll guide you guys. So, meron kaming list of questions prepared by our beautiful engaged team in Viviamo. And yay! Ayan, so yung first question natin. So, try natin tayo guys i-answer in the chat box, and then sasagutin din namin ni Erica. Imagine your ideal day. How does it look like for you? Baka kailangan na din ng reflection music, yung mga
I know. Sayang hindi tayo techie, Dar. Alam mo naman ako, tita on the inside. Diyos ko, Lord. Should I play the world's smallest violin? Okay. Do we answer along with,
Yeah, let's answer along with the
practical?
bellas.
Okay.
Oo.
Okay. So,
Gusto mo ba?
maaari. Oh, kasi parang tagal ko na siya ini-imagine. Tagal ko na siya ini-imagine.
Na-excite ka na?
I think my ideal day, truth be told, is I wake up, I do my devotional, then you do your affirmations, Tapos you get into your day. I'm one of those people who's like not opposed to having breakfast while working. Because let's be real, the society that we live in, there's so much that needs to be done, but you don't have to break your neck doing it. So parang, at least I've already had my quiet time. So I can work while I can have breakfast while working, and then I get through my day. And then after that, parang 5 p.m. pack up, yung wala namang gugulo sa'yo. Ideal. 5 p.m. pack up, wala namang gugulo sa'yo. Pwede ka nang mag-exercise. AKA something I have not done in months. So, mga 5 p.m. pack up, pwede na ako mag-exercise, ganyan. Tapos, after that, dinner, maybe some time to yourself, some time to myself. Tapos, a restful sleep at the mythical hour of 10 p.m. for a full 8 hours slumber, and then lather, rinse, repeat. Maybe the dinner can be like with friends or family, people that are vaccinated. Baka naman parang, grabe share ko mag-dinner with friends. And people that are vaccinated, or yung socially distanced dinner, ganyan. Kasi, aminin natin lahat, guys, buryong-buryo na tayo sa bahay. So, ibigay na natin sa sarili yung mas simpleng joys of meeting friends. Yes. Ganyan. And then, come home at a decent hour, which is something that my mom is always like, why are you coming home at this time, anak? Come home at a decent hour, get 8 hours of sleep, and then do something relatively similar the next day. That's my ideal day.
Ako, ideal day ko naman, I really, siguro yung nadala sa akin ngayon ng pandemic, I really enjoy like certain days talaga of working at home. Fast internet. So, yung ideal day ko, nasa beach ako nagtatrabaho.
Oh, I love that.
Parang
Masaya
matagal ko
yung mga
na.
ganyan.
Oo, sa beach, 'di ba? Parang I wake up in the morning, I can walk in the beach like for my exercise and semi-meditation na din kasi parang syempre you're just alone with yourself, running, 'di ba?
Correct. Correct.
And hindi man running, walking. Tapos at the same time maybe listening to music, listening to some meditation and just get some movement, get the blood running. And then, of course, have my breakfast, coffee, or baka wala pang breakfast kasi gusto ko mag-fasting, guys. Gusto ko maging healthy.
Ideal day.
Yeah, I
Ah.
feel ideal day diba? So, kayang-kaya kong mag-fasting.
Correct.
So, I'll just drink coffee, ganyan, and then I'll do my journal writing or my planning for the day with my planner or whatever notebook I have. And then, siguro, I'll start my meetings. Pag may schedule na ako may meetings and usually kasi sabi nga ni Kate, hinirito niya pa ako pa Zoom call. I mean, from one Zoom call to another ako. And usually nga medyo jam-packed. So, I don't mind it as long as okay naman yung mga kausap ko. So,
Right.
high energy,
If
happy
every
energy.
meeting is like,
Yes.
Productive, good
Like this.
energy.
Oo, good energy.
Yes.
Parang, it's not a problem for me. And siguro there are just certain pockets of time that I allocate during the day wherein I can actually work straight on my own. During merienda time and lunchtime, I want to be able to spend it with my kids and my husband. Ngayon kasi wala. Dire-diretsong trabaho kahit nasa bahay.
Right, kahit nasa bahay. That's
Oo,
something
kahit sa
that I think
bahay.
a lot of people also have not yet really come to terms with. Or parang because we're at home, we're just like, kaya lang yan. But in reality, we are more disconnected.
We're working. And we're working more.
Correct, because the lines are blurred eh. You're like, wala naman akong
Correct.
ginagawa, sige mag-email muna ako. Which is not the healthiest mindset, to be honest.
Correct.
Yeah.
Kasi parang grabe na. Sobre ng overtime.
Correct.
But
Correct.
of course, like with everything, there's really a balance that we need to do. So that's my ideal day. I want to be able to end work at 5 or 6. Really early also. I want to start early, end early. Then really have like quiet time with my family at night. Like put the kids down, read a book. Ngayon medyo nagko-compromise pa ako eh. Minsan sobrang short lang din eh. Kasi to be honest, I'm also so tired from the day, as you can imagine. So I want to be able to have really good quality time with my family at nighttime. And at the same time, there will be enough time for me na may quiet time din ako for myself.
Your own, right?
Yeah. And then at the same time with my husband. So, ayun. Ang dami, no? Parang more than 24 hours ba yan, Dar?
I know. Parang, which is why the topic today is so timely. And I think a lot of people, hopefully all the Bellas, na you guys are able to take something away. Kasi nga, number one, may pag-giveaway tayo, but you have to give your key takeaway.
Correct. Exactly.
But parang I think it's good for people to know that they're not alone. Everyone is trying to make it work. Work.
Make work and life work.
Yes.
Okay, so let's read up some like sharings from our Bellas in terms of their ideal day. Do you want to take away Kimmy?
Kimmy Arcia Asciaro says, I wake in a cool, breezy, overcast day. Like today, hazelnut flavored brewed coffee while planning and prioritizing for the day and then achieving my daily targets, all of them. Gusto ko rin yan. Yung parang, actually, yun yung nakalimutan ko na parang everything in my to-do list is yung walang overflow for the next day. Because like in reality, recently, it's been parang you get some stuff done, you get 5 things done, but 10 things get added to your list, and then it's just an insane like pile up of stuff, and you're just like, Lord.
Correct. Work never gets done. That's why, guys, we need healthy boundaries. The world will move on. Ayan. So we have, of course, kay Kate, an ideal day for me would be to wake up early, which I rarely do. Breakfast for the gods, ang social. And then doing my random musings and meditation. If I will be bold, exercise. Oh, why not, diba? Tapos prep lunch. Oh my God, I love cooking. I barely cook nowadays. And tapos go on
Oh, okay.
working. Dinner with families. Tapos at night, Netflix, chill, playing Mobile Legends.
ML is life. ML is life. Joke niyo
Ayan.
ako na mag-ML. ML lang.
Eme lang, eme lang.
ML lang. ML lang, hindi ML.
Ayan. So ito, meron pa tayo before we go to the next question.
See, Yodge says, ideal day for me is spending time with my plant babies. Aw, pruning and repotting. Because plants need love too, just like human beings. Just having my coffee in the midst and writing in my journal and winding down in the evening with my family. Diba? When you see also, just like what the Bellas have been sharing, we don't want hard, like parang the things that we ask for are very, very simple. I think now more than ever, all that we want is headspace for ourselves,
Yes.
and headspace to do the things that we need to do. And, you know, as the 15th anniversary video of BDJ narrated to us, women especially have so many roles in what, like parang in a day. Para tayong may schizophrenia, guys. Buti lang, hindi talaga tayo merong schizophrenia because there's so many things expected of us in one day. And it's so clear that all of us, all we want is just enough time or parang ideally segregated times to do the different roles that we need to do and then find time for ourselves. Because when your cup is empty, you can't, you know, pour into others as well. So
Correct.
good to know, guys. You're not alone. We're all
Yes.
together here, Bellas.
And thank you for sharing your answers because we
you.
love reading them. And syempre, mas masaya yung live pag nag-i-interact tayo, pag nag-uusap-usap tayo.
Yes.
Yay!
Correct.
So ayan, our second question for tonight. What do you think living with intention or designing your life mean?
Okay. Not to put any pressure on you, Dar, but I feel
Pressure
like
on me?
no, not to put any pressure on you, but would you like to kick this off? Because I feel like
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Ako, parang, guys, nafe-feel nyo ba na you're walking on autopilot? Na as in, parang, okay, gising na lang ako, tapos I'm going to eat breakfast, I'm gonna go to work, ganyan. Autopilot.
#attacked. Charot.
If you're living through life in autopilot, that's not living with intention. So, it's not about design. You are not being active in designing your life. Kasi parang yun nga, autopilot, na parang just walking like through life without so much enjoying the experience, being in the moment. Kasi parang may feeling ka na parang disconnected. Sabi mo nga, 'di ba, earlier, you're saying. So there's that disconnection in life. And you're just going with the autopilot system in your body. So that's what's happening. I feel, is there an echo?
None
Or-
naman.
Okay na. Okay, sige. So yun lang na parang the doorbell.
And then, you know, what is doorbelling is the life that you want is at your door.
Yeah.
That is the life that you want at your door. Are you going to open the door or not? That is the question,
Yes.
ladies and bellas. That is the question.
And the other thing I also want to add here, kasi I've been vocal about like my mistake when I graduated from college. Na after graduating from college, sumunod lang ako kung ano yung parang opportunities na binigay sa akin. Na parang sabi, oh Dar, pumunta ka dito, oh gawin mo to, ganyan. And in my head, I was just thinking, sayang, I should take advantage of this. I was just thinking of the word sayang. But I didn't take the time to consider, is this something I really wanted? Actually, I considered it. Alam ko namang in my head na I didn't want it. Pero tinuloy ko pa rin siya. So, I don't know. Something was wrong with
Yan tayo eh.
Yun din. Na
Yan
parang
tayo eh.
masyado ata akong takot sa FOMO. Fear of missing out. Na ino-offer. Hindi ko naman gusto anong ino-offer. Pero sabak pa din kasi feeling, natatakot akong na mawala yung opportunity. But the truth is, if an opportunity is really something meant for you and it will make you come alive and feel alive and be alive, it will be there when you're ready. But you need to know that you want it. So, ayun.
Thank you
And
so much,
I thank
Dar,
you.
and I thank you, Char. I think that's parang I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Feeling ko maraming beles na relate dyan sa ano sa love life. Sure. No, but on the real, for me, I think living with intention is it really is parang living with intention and living boldly, they go hand in hand. Why? Kasi parang you need to show up for yourself. Number one
Yes.
is you need to show up for yourself. It takes a lot of introspection also. Kasi parang what do you really want? What is the thing that's going to get you out of bed in the morning? And what are the steps that you need to take to either achieve that or yun, work towards living that every
Yes.
single day. I feel like designing your life, a lot of people will think that, oh, it's yun nga, it's finding time to work out and like you have picture perfect hair every single day and yada yada yada. It's not. It's knowing what it is at your core. You know, si Kimi, sinabi niyang ikigai, which is, what is the definition of ikigai again? But essentially, it's like being rooted in purpose, and then your purpose sort of spilling out into all areas of your life and driving how you live out different areas. So it's very challenging. It's a lot easier said than done.
Yes.
But,
Actually,
go ahead, Dar. Yeah, no
actually, the Ikigai page in BDJ is one of the pages na madaming nagsasabi, Dar, nahihirapan ako sagutin yung Ikigai. And we just keep on telling everyone na it's okay. We're not asking you to finish the Ikigai.
Right.
But we do want you to start thinking about it. And that's why we put it in the BDJ planner, because we want you to find out what are you waking up for every morning.
Yeah.
Because that needs to be clear para
That's
we can
true.
live intentionally. So,
Intentionally,
ito
that's right.
yung sagot ni Kimmy.
Kimi. Living with intention for me means knowing what your long-term goals for your life are and family. And it is taking in each day with a sure purpose in achieving your end goal.
Mm-hmm. Ayan, sabi nga ni Kate, sinashare nga niya where she is right now, that she's having a hard time to live with intention. I felt demotivated. Hindi ka naman tamad, pero for some reason, ang hirap bumangon. Tapos zombie mode ka lang, lagi. Tapos it doesn't help na hindi ka makalabas. Ang hirap. Basically, we're all living in a digital world, literally.
Sa mga fans ng Black Mirror dyan, ha? We're in it now. We're in it, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. Yeah.
I can super relate. Yeah.
Yeah. Not
It's
to
really...
make it sound scary naman, but
yeah.
It's which is why things like this are so useful, kasi it's a quick, I wouldn't call these an escape from our problems. Na parang, alam mo, napagtanto ko lang yan recently, aka yesterday, na because we live in such a digital age, and because at the tip of your fingers is access to a plethora of content, like literally anything you want to watch or see, you can get sucked into that, and then it sort of removes you for maybe 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours from whatever it is that you're facing, your reality that isn't so nice. And nice as it may be in the 2 hours, paano kung ginamit mo yung 2 hours na yun to actually like introspect, be with your thoughts, be honest with yourself, no matter how scary that sounds, and figure out what solutions you can take to continue designing your life and living with intention. So yeah, guys, be mindful, and I'm taking my own advice here, but be mindful of where you put your time and energy, especially if you feel like you're in a crisis or you don't know what direction you're headed. Which is why I go ahead and fill out the Ikigai page of the BDJ planner.
And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just important that you start it. And when you start your Ikigai page, what happens is just you get more clarity with yourself. And then maybe next month, if you review it, if it doesn't resonate, then you can tweak it. Nobody's gonna say bawal yan, diba? So, you can like consider that. So, sorry, before we go to Chico, yung sinasabi nga ni Kate na being demotivated, it's really also how I feel a lot of times. And as sabi nga ni Erica earlier, there's a challenge talaga showing up for yourself at this time and allowing yourself, kasi there's different ways to show up for yourself, right? Sometimes you can show up for yourself just by giving yourself a break.
Yep.
Like Erica, that's what your plan is, diba? That's how you
that is
can
indeed
create a
my
show up
plan.
for yourself. If you really
That's
need a
true.
break, you have to be able to honor that. I think one of the challenges na nahihirapan tayo to decipher what to do is because we keep on suppressing a lot of our emotions because we feel like that's professional or that's the right thing to do, and somehow because we keep on suppressing it, parang lalo tayong nabublur.
Correct.
Nagugulo. Oo.
Correct.
Ayan. So sabi ni Chico, living intentionally is moving past just existing and living our life the way we want it, achieving our goals while experiencing and learning from everything that comes from it. Ayun. Ang ganda ng mga answers ng Bellas natin.
Super. We're all in the
Pressure ka na.
same boat, Dallas.
Yeah. Ito.
Ooh. Why is it important to steer your life rather than just be a passenger in it? Again, I will defer to you, Dar. I think you should kick this one off.
Why is it important to steer? Why not? uh, I think it depends on our view in life. Are we just here to just go with the flow, or are we here to make a splash, or really just enjoy life, what it has to offer? So, syempre minsan pag super go with the flow tayo, yung nangyayari, parang kung ano na lang mangyayari. 'Di ba? So, even I know in a way, Erica, medyo ganun yung culture kasi natin sa Philippines, di ba? Kaya nga naro-romanticize yung resilience. Kasi
Martyr.
magaling tayo mag-go with the flow.
Correct.
But the reality is, when you're, parang very important talaga yung sense of self and your identity. Because when you learn your own identity, then you sort of decide na, no, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And you're able to sort of separate it from what society wants from you.
Right.
And then you can make choices related to that. And
that's true. It's the freedom to choice. It's the freedom to choose. And yeah, in relation to the importance of steering your life versus being a passenger in it, I think, and I'm sure ito, number one na common, I'm sure napakaraming makaka-relate. And this is in no offense to our frontliners who are so, bravely fighting this war for us. But, it's very typical na parang, and it's happened to me. My parents, when I was choosing my course for college, and I originally was accepted for fashion design, they were like, sure ka bang ayaw mo na lang mag-nursing? And again, this is nothing against nurses or anyone in the medical field. It's one of those things na, not saying also na parang my parents didn't care about me, na hindi nila inisip kung ano ba yung gusto ko, ano ba yung kung saan ako patungo, yung parang take one look at me and do you see me as a nurse, mom and dad, mga ganon. But then you also have to like lower your ego, right? And understand to really
where
be
they're coming from.
Hyper aware. Right, where they're coming from, which is like, we just want you to have a good life. We know that you'll be secure in whatever career you end up with, as long as you take this, like you have a fallback, mga ganon. So that's their intention. But then within yourself, if you know that this is not where you want to steer your life, you kind of have to be aware of what it is that you want then. So parang, okay, I am a nursing, fine. But then what are you going to do? And how are you going to show up for yourself to make those things happen?
Yes, exactly. Kasi parang minsan din, our family and society, hindi naman, they're not looking out for our interests. It's just really that madami talaga tayong different kinds of beliefs that are passed on generation to generation. And what we are realizing also right now, this is an age of awakening din eh, 'di ba na
Right.
does it um are those beliefs still relevant to me right now? Do I choose to believe
Mhm.
those things, right?
Mhm.
Kumbaga, during the time of our parents, na the most lucrative position is to be a
An
nurse and to be
accountant.
able, or accountant, to work abroad and all of these things. Is that still the best option for you right now?
Right.
Will those professions, job, career actually make you happy, diba? So, even if, let's say, ang dami mo nga pera, parang hate mo naman yung 9 to 5 job mo, hindi rin
Yeah.
naman okay yun, 'di ba? Quality
Yeah.
of life. Mm.
Quality of life is so important. I feel like eto, especially now that we're here and we are forced to stay in the confines of our four walls, more and more people are thinking like gusto ko na lang palang maging magsasaka. And it's like, yeah, they're the ones that are winning right now. Wala
Yeah.
silang iniisip na Excel, wala silang time in, time out. It's just, you sow and then you reap. And that's really the essence of life. Chat.
Mm.
Okay.
Wait,
Question 4.
before that,
Oh,
merong
oh,
singit
oh.
si Kate na maganda. Sabi niya, I
Oh.
used to blame my parents for being stuck.
Mhm.
You got this, PH. Yay! Shout out to the YGT PH team. Made me realize a lot of things related to this relationship with my parents. Ayun, happy to say na things are better now. Kasi I actively campaigned for myself. And ang hirap ng una, pero laban. Yun.
Lobbying
Yes!
for yourself is hard, especially in this digital age na parang, syempre, the generation that came before us, they don't know what all of these, digital tools are. And parang, syempre,
Mm-mm.
as the generation that was born on the cusp of these things, we understand the need to adapt with those tools because it is our form of being interconnected, etc., etc. And the internet really has changed the game in terms of how a person can make a living. And it doesn't need to be excessive. It also doesn't need to be tied to a desk. But for the boomers, they don't understand the concept of not being, parang what you go to work at 12 p.m. Why do you do that? And it's like, because I've been working since 8, but through my phone. Hindi pa na nagagrasp yung ganon.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's a really hard, especially for yung mga digital nomads, mga ganyan. It's really hard for parents to good that, but good job, keep lobbying for
Yeah.
yourself.
The
And to
world
anyone
kasi has been
doing that,
changing eh. The
yeah.
world has drastically changed with it.
In the last decade, I mean, on so many fronts, what with the Me Too movement and things, like there are so many movies from the 90s that, line na ng usapan, sorry. But when you think about it, like that's how much we've progressed or hopefully progressed as a society, that you can look back to as recent as a decade ago and realize that there are so many things that no longer apply and that we've changed the standards for. And one of them is, the workforce. And one of them is also being attuned to your emotions regardless of your gender. Happy Pride Month, by the way, to
Yes,
all of
happy Pride
our
Month.
queer community. So, yeah, parang it's so important to, because of how much the world has changed, now more than ever, you have the power to really design your life and steer your ship.
Correct. So after you get into the right mindset regarding your managing your life or designing your life, this is one of the first tips na super tangible, guys. I remind everyone to really do this. We do this in the office since last year. Not perfectly because a great kasi mahirap naman talaga siya gawin eh.
Super
Kasi parang
challenging.
oo, kasi minsan sasabihin mo, ano ba yan, binibilangan ko yung sarili ko. But the truth is, you're really just accounting for your resources. Kasi minsan, parang sabi mo, ano ba yan, ang bilis ng araw, where did the time go? And actually, the answer is a time audit.
That's true.
What did you do? It's a time audit. And then, why is this important? syempre, it's not the actual doing of the time audit that makes
Right.
this important. It's the after. When you look at the data that you have collected and saw na, oh my God, 4 hours ko itong ginawa. Anong nagawa niya sa buhay ko? Yung 4 hours na yun, nasayang ko, diba? Or something, right? Because it makes you realize na, should I really have spent 4 hours of my life doing this? And it makes you think.
Yeah,
And
that's
make you
true.
points of reflection, points of
Yeah,
introspection. So
correct.
even at work, right? Is this really the best use of my time na mas nakaka-contribute ba ako sa trabaho pag ito yung ginagawa ko? Kasi kung
Mm-hmm.
hindi naman, then you really have to talk to your supervisor, your boss, or whoever na parang what's the best use of your time wherein you can contribute more. Because it might even be costing the money so much that you're doing
Right.
certain kinds of things that you should not be doing.
Yeah, I
And
definitely agree.
and at the same time, ikaw din, you feel demotivated, 'di ba?
Correct.
Ayun.
Na
So,
parang as Dar mentioned, it's challenging. And I think I try to do this with myself also na parang it's hard to be honest with the time audit kasi sure
yes.
in your head I was doing, let's for example I was doing an Excel for 4 hours, pero dun sa 4 hours na yun ilang oras yung nailaan mo sa pag-check ng Instagram, YouTube, yada yada yada. So I think there needs to be a level of honesty and again awareness when you're doing your time audit. But at the same time, it is a great exercise to really refocus and decide where you want your time and energy to go because time is gold. We don't get that back. Every second, every minute that you spend being miserable over something. And this is advice that I need to be taking right now. But, every minute and second that you spend sad or unhappy over a certain situation, it's like take a quick 20-minute timeout where you're really just alone with your thoughts. And then
Correct. Correct.
the next steps
Agree.
will come. Imposible naman na hindi yun darating sa'yo, diba?
Yes.
So yeah, do a time audit, guys. It's,
Yes.
as Dar mentioned, it's very, very hard. But if you do it, it's super rewarding.
Magbibigay ako ng isang incentive dyan.
Ooh.
How much do you want to be paid for an hour?
Ooh. Okay.
Diba?
Should
Do you want to paid? Diba? Or yung...
Should I run the math already?
Minimum wage in the US is around, I think, I don't know if it's
Isn't
still
it about
right now, $5-6 an hour,
an
right?
hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
Guys,
sa
that's our minimum
Philippines, yung
wage. That's per
per
day.
day. Per day
Per diem na
minimum
natin
wage.
yan, guys.
But imagine mo, let's say yun, gamitin natin, US standards per hour. Siyempre, we want to have more than that, right? So, in that 1 hour, how do you create value? Let's say, I want to be paid 10,000 per hour. So, how do you make sure that your 1 hour is so efficient, you create 10,000 pesos value? Diba? You are able to help people, 10,000 people in that 1 hour. So that's just 1 peso per person that you help in
Right.
that 1 hour. So in
Right.
terms of reach, in terms of contribution to the world, you're not expensive. In fact, you're very cheap. 1 peso ka nga lang, diba? But what you get is actually very valuable. That's the concept lang of value.
Right.
So now, connect it with your time. Kasi sometimes sinasabi natin, I wish I had more time.
Agree.
I don't have time.
Yeah.
But are we really valuing our time if we don't even consider doing a time audit, consider where our time is going, and how do we work on increasing the value of our time? Then, if you have like 10,000 per hour, then maybe you can just work 4 hours a day, right? Then that's 40,000 a day. That's a lot of money. I mean, diba? Diba
But-
masaya? So that's
Yeah.
my incentive to you guys. So I mean, sorry, yung number lang na 10,000 in my head just came up. But it can be any amount. You can start
That's
to get
true.
1,500 per hour
Yeah.
muna ngayon. And then
Yeah.
just work your way up. But
Yeah.
you won't be able to figure out how to increase your value per hour if you don't start.
Yep. That's the biggest and again, parang parang si Dar, lagi, ang sarap-sarap kasi kausap ni Dar, guys. It's something that like, parang doing the time audit is something that I sort of, and remember when I was saying that the reason I'm taking this break also is because I want to like reevaluate where I am at my current situation. It was sort of a time audit. Now I realize that that's what I
Yes.
did, is I did a time audit without even realizing it, because I was like, why am I spending, you know, 30 minutes coordinating with people when my skill is, taking an idea and spending 30 minutes really understanding the structure of it and then building it from there. Diba? Parang mas
Correct.
may value naman yung 30 minutes na yun where I'm ideating versus 30 minutes where I'm talking to somebody and it's just like, really? Can you, hello?
Exactly,
So do
exactly.
that, guys. It's a really healthy exercise. Again, it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's so rewarding. Tsaka, I think also as Filipinos specifically, parang our culture is yung nakakahiya to put a number or value on yourself.
Yes.
But wag kayong mahiya, wag tayong mahiya to put value on our hours per day, or parang on our work hours, or what you think you're worth in an hour, because number one, that's actually very calculable, and number two, you already are worth it. Don't forget that. Never forget that.
Mhm. I think that's really a challenge of a lot of people, especially here in the Philippines. Personally, ako din, there's really a lot of self-worth issues, and that's why actually I started BDJ and doing this, because as I help and grow myself, I hope to be able to help more people, everyone watching us today also, right? So,
Yeah.
ayun. So,
Yeah.
5. May bullet points kami,
Alright.
guys. Kailangan namin
Alright.
matapos. Kung hindi,
I'm ready.
mapapagalitan kami.
I know. Yung General Bell.
Okay, so how do you
Go, Dar.
prioritize? How do you choose what is important to you? If everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. So,
I
guys,
feel
paano
attacked.
na ba?
Charot.
You feel
I feel
attacked
attacked.
again?
No.
Oh, who has this problem? Raise your hand naman dyan sa chat box natin.
I think it's clear to all of us that parang we all struggle with it for sure.
Yes.
Huwag na natin ipagkaila, we all struggle with it. But I think
Correct.
the whole, living, everything has been so beautifully interconnected na parang, you guys hear any squeaking? That's my
Yes.
coworker. His name is Chicken. He is a 1-year-old Maltese Shih Tzu mix. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Chicken. Pero yung when you know what your intentions are, live with intention, diba? Let that intention set your or parang let your purpose set your intention, and then let your intentions drive your day-to-day tasks. Again, so much easier said than done. But when you know what you should be prioritizing based on what your goals are or where you're headed at the end of it, that's the best way to really get to where you need to go and choose what to work on first. Kasi ako personally, na-overwhelm ako sa mga ganyan. Na parang, but everything is a priority and I just have to do everything. I don't know where to start, but and then, analysis paralysis is not my
Analysis
proudest
paralysis.
thing to admit to. But if this is you, you're not alone. But we do have to take the necessary steps to work through it. So, isa-isa. Yun, analyze or determine which needs to go first. And I would always say, I don't know if this is parang my biggest or my easiest tip. I don't know if this works for you, Dar. For me, get the gargantuan things out of the way first. Get the behemoths out of the way first. So if it's like a task that probably is going to require 3 hours, unahin mo na yun. Take those 3 hours of turmoil. But when it's done, you just start punching other things off your list and you feel more fulfilled at the end of the day.
Actually, ito yun. Parang sabi ni Kate, quadrant, important, urgent, not important, not urgent. Diba, may ibang Bellas are sharing na top 3 daily priorities in their life. That's what they write down. Ako naman, how I prioritize are the absolute things, siguro mga 3 to 7 things that needs to happen within the week. So, hindi siya ganun kadami if you look at it. Diba? It's 3 to 7. So if you have more than 10, medyo it's really crazy to be able to handle that in a week. But
Yeah.
those 3 to 7 things naman, that's outside my meetings. Di
Yeah.
yung meeting one, di ba ganyan? Kasi baka kung ganon, I have around 6 meetings in a day. So baka ubos na
Correct.
yung ano ko. But yun, there are things that I really have to do within the week. I also, how do you prioritize yung sinabi ni Kate? I also follow the important, urgent, not important, not urgent.
Is that a pad that's available by from Crazy About Paper?
From Crazy About Paper.
If not,
Actually,
we should work on it because I'll take 5. Thank you. 5 with a side of BDJ planner, please. Thank you.
dati
Upsize po
meron kaming
yung
ganito.
quadrant
Meron
pad
kaming
ko.
ganito dati. Dapat nga i-review nga namin na ibalik yon. Kasi we had a
Yeah.
weekly
Let's run the
planner.
numbers.
We had a weekly planner wherein how do you plan your week? So that you fill it up like a weekend. And then so you know how to proceed during the week. So, but sabi nga ni Kate, yung Discover Notebook, yeah, that also works. So we like I like a quadrant for petite din pwede mo rin gamitin. So, in terms of choosing, it's also about important, urgent, not important, not urgent. Kasi yun yung what's very grounding. Kasi
Yeah.
syempre, yung urgent, di ba, may sunog. Kailangan mong gawin. Alangan naman
Wow.
hindi. Yeah. Di ba?
Sana naman hindi.
Alam mo,
Knock on
hindi
wood.
mo patayin. Oh, knock on wood,
Oh
di
my
ba?
goodness.
So, that's urgent. And then the important are really what you shared earlier, the big rocks. But I would also say na minsan kailangan rin natin siyang make sure na it's doable. So it has to be bite size. So there's a term in time management called how to eat an elephant. Like how do you eat an elephant? Who even wants to eat an elephant, guys, diba? I've never thought about. So I don't know what's
Parang
the
I would
history.
make it how to eat a 50-foot pizza. Charot. Parang sige nga
Kasi sabihin ka, sabi ko steak na malaki, yung giant
Oh my
steak.
goodness. Pwede rin. Di naman.
Pwede, diba? Pwede yung steak. But it's
how
really,
does one eat an elephant?
you have to cut it to pieces. You have to cut it into parts. So, then you tackle it
pizza
bit
na
by
lang.
bit.
Kuwawa yung elephant.
Wag na nga elephant. Pero yun talaga yung quote. Guys, hindi ko yun inimbento.
Pizza
Paki-check
na
na
lang,
lang sa
guys.
Google.
Pizza na lang. Para,
How to eat
pwede
a
siyang
giant
vegan.
pizza.
Oo, pwede naman siyang vegan pizza, di ba?
Okay.
Plant-based.
Noted. Okay, ayan. So, how to prioritize. And if you're not getting things done, filter your priority into one.
Which is?
Whatever that one is, you have to just choose one.
Oh,
Then after
okay.
you finish it, then you can
Choose
do number
another.
2. Then you can do number 3.
Okay.
Because parang yung kwento ko din to before in some FB lives na shinare sa akin and I love it. Do you know a monkey, when you throw one banana, they will catch one banana. If you throw 2 bananas to the monkey, he will catch one. Pag tinaban mo 3, wala siyang makukuha. 0, guys.
Ganun. Hindi niya kaya yun.
Hindi niya kaya. Na-distract na siya. Na parang, ang daming banana. Gusto ko kunin lahat. 'Di ba? So, ayun. Wala. Lalong walang kang magagawa if you're trying to catch 3 bananas at a time. Noted. Okay, go. Question number 6.
Reflection. Journal prompt. Ooh. Well, let me read it kasi parang ako yung natututo today, no, Bellas. Self-reflection / journal prompt. In what areas of your life do you need to be more intentional? Or in what areas, parang to rephrase that, in what areas of your life do you feel like you're on autopilot?
Yes, correct.
Thank you for that question.
This is a question that I will leave this with you. So this is, you guys, your homework. May homework. May pa-homework. So,
great.
Introspection. Kasi parang, sometimes we don't take the time to really understand ourselves or what we're going through. Or parang, oo nga, no, saan nga ako dapat mas intentional? Should I be more intentional with my health? Should I be more intentional about managing my money? Should I be more intentional about the career that I have, my growth? Should I be more intentional about my spiritual, intellectual life, 'di ba? Um, should I be more intentional about health na pala yun, fitness, 'di ba? Meron akong
Relationship?
relationships. Oh, jinx, relationships, 'di ba? Kasi parang pinanood ko yung Eat, Pray, Love like recently again. Tapos parang, 'di ba parang may story ko na kwento na um this person kept on praying in the temple, parang, Lord, please, please let me win the lotto or something, 5 million pesos. I really, really need it. I need to be able to support my family, blah, blah, blah. So, pray lang siya ng pray. So, ilang years or every day. So, the God, parang nabuhay siya kasi nainis siya. Sa niya, pwede
Hoy, ikaw!
ba? Bumili ka ng, bumili ka naman ng lotto ticket para manalo ka.
May point.
So,
Nasa
diba?
Diyos ang awa.
Nasa tao ang gawa. So, ayun.
Ayan.
So, may kailangan, when we pray for something like relationships, what are you doing to get yourself out there?
Was it us that we were talking about parang yung proactive waiting? That
Proactive
was us,
waiting.
right?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yes.
That was us, right? But
Mhm.
yun, na in the wait, like just because you're waiting, doesn't mean na parang, oh shoot, now I'm stuck in this chair and hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko, where do I go from here. Time is gold. And if you are waiting for something or praying for something, make sure that in your waiting period or while you're asking for this thing, that you're taking the necessary steps to be ready to receive. So yeah, guys, that's just the little tidbit of sharing that I have for you. Parang as you continue to be rooted in intention, find the time and find the space to, be yourself and be honest with yourself and be waiting. Be waiting. Find the time to be honest with yourself and be proactive while waiting. Pasensya na.
Correct. Ayan. Sabi ni Kate, nag-swipe right na daw siya. Okay, good job.
What? Everyone
Ayan.
start. Yeah. You start somewhere. Go,
Yes.
Kate. Good job, you.
Ayan, tingnan mo, we have our Bella, si Iris, that's saying, nag-share na siya ng key takeaways niya of prioritizing tasks in terms of importance and urgency. Then do and finish it one at a time. Don't try to do them all. Yeah, one at a time.
One at a time. That's
One at a
such
time.
simple but very, very hard-hitting advices. One at a time.
Mm-mm.
We all
Ayan.
need to hear that.
Yes, one at a time. Pero guys, mag 4 minutes na lang to the end of our program. So I have to be able to wrap up. So I will answer this kasi bibigyan ko si Erica ng time to answer this kasi nagprepare. Actually, ngayon ko lang din nabasa yung question. So coming from our team in BDJ, they're asking us to share tips. And we hope to be able to share tips with you guys in terms of how do you design your life, how do you live intentionally. So I will go with 3 tips. So aside from what we shared already earlier, so sana yung homework, 'di ba? Which aspect of your life do you wanna be
Live with
able to
intention.
live with intention, managing your priorities, managing your focus, and then of course the first one is the time audit. So those are 3 tangible things. But for me, I will also add to that na it's really important that you get to know yourself. So get to know yourself. There are different ways of getting to know yourself. Spending time with yourself. Syempre, my favorite way to get to know myself is journaling. Because I feel there's really science backing this up now. When you just allow yourself to write your thoughts, it will just flow. So get to know yourself through allowing yourself to write. So you can release. Learn to just allow yourself to to know yourself and where you're coming from, how you feel. Don't judge yourself. So that's number 1. Get to know yourself. Number 2, look for people and stories of the life that you want or you like hindi naman ibig sabihin, pag in-admire mo sila, eksakto kung ano yung buhay nila, yun yung gusto mo. But look at these stories. So, kung wari sa akin, one of my favorite or idol is really Oprah Winfrey. And I hope to be able to meet her one day. I really look at her story. I really imagine na parang what is it like, ano yung parts of her life and what parts of her work that I admire, that I like. Because we also get inspired by other people eh. So the first one is you get sort of inspired by yourself because you get to know yourself. The number two is you look for people that inspire you. Okay? So even if for me familiar ba kayo sa Skypod, guys? So kay kay di ba the
Slater
YouTube
and
stars?
Chris.
Yeah, Slater and Chris. So ako, na-inspire ako sa bahay nila. Na-inspire lang ako sa bahay nila. So parang, pinanood ko talaga yung YouTube videos nila and so on. So, just look for people that you admire and then maybe write down what you like about their life. So that parang, ito pala yung gusto ko. And you just allow yourself. Actually, what they're saying is also, syempre, wag ka naman pumunta sa point of jealousy, but you bless them. Because the people you bless, you will also attract whatever they have, you will attract it for yourself.
Yes, blessing
Ayun.
always, guys.
Blessing always.
Blessing
And then,
over anything.
yes, ayan, living with intention. Approve si Doggy. Number 3, so yung number 1, diba, journaling to get to know yourself. Number 2, look for inspirational stories, people that you admire and share, write it down why you like them. And then number 3, like think about one thing you can do in your life tomorrow or tonight that will make you feel closer to your sige, kung hindi pa clear yung ideal life mo, just let you feel more true to yourself. So, just yun lang. So, number 1 is get to know, diba, yourself, your journaling. Number 2, look for inspiration. So, number 3, just experience yourself. Yun lang. Just do one small thing that will make you feel like, this is me. Ito talaga. This is me. I really just love milk tea. So guys, sorry. I really just love milk tea. I love this lipstick. Diba? Yung parang ganun, what is one thing, small thing you can do that this looks like me? Diba? So just one small thing, and those are my tips. Go ahead, Erica.
Well, thank you so much for those tips, and I thank you. No, but I think what you shared, Dar, is such a great foundation for really sort of parang it's really, those three are so key, or those should be the anchors in deciding how it is that you want to design your life. As Mr. Chicken has affirmed, that's exactly what you need to do, Bellas. You see, Chicken is saying that you need to know who you are, find inspiration, and then manifest it, essentially. No, but in all realness, the beauty of working at home. But I think my main thing is really find the time to introspect, and get to know yourself. Like, that's parang Dar's first step is the most important one, kasi if you don't know who you are and what you're moved by and what it is that your heart beats for, how will you then take the next steps into designing your life the way that you see fit? And baka naman sabihin mo, okay, I know what I want, but I don't know the next step. Emily says, hello, Chicken. Parang as everyone has been pointing out, na parang yun, sabay, pare-pareho naman tayo ng pinagdadaanan, guys. One thing at a time. So if you are looking to live with intention, my encouragement, not challenge, my encouragement to you is to take time and get to know yourself better. Kasi it is also in that process of discovery that you're able to find out, or parang hindi mo pala alam na yun pala yung gusto mo. Na milk tea pala yung gusto mo.
Exactly.
Tapos milk tea empire pala yung mabibuild mo. And dahil mahilig ka sa milk tea, you created a milk tea inspired makeup line. Di ba? Ang dami nangyari. But it's because you took the time to get to know yourself. So take breaks, Bellas. Take
Take
breaks. Find
breaks.
energy. Find the time to be with yourself and fill your cup. And
Yes.
from there, you will be able to pour out into the rest of the areas of your lives and better serve
Yes.
the people that you love. So live
Yes.
boldly,
Live
fellas. Live boldly.
boldly. And of course, guys, I will take this time to remind that there's a chance to win a Revlon makeup. Just sign up at go.bdj.studio/sign up. And of course, share your key takeaway in the
Key
form.
takeaways.
And before we end, Erica, last na
Last,
question na
last,
to.
last, last, last.
Last. Since the month of June in the BDJ planner is about building your strength, the question that we have for all our guests is that which of your strength is your personal favorite, or your personal strength?
For me, job interview, no, but I really believe that I'm very personable. Parang I can meet you, and just because of how I carry conversations or how I observe or pick things up while we're talking, I can make you feel like I've known you for a very long time. And I think that's a skill. So it's being able to really engage with somebody, listen, and then at the same time use the things that I've picked up to engage further. And then parang also my vibes. I don't know. I have like a radar. I
Happy.
can pick up, for the most part. I can pick up the vibes of people, and I'm a very vibrant person by nature. So when I'm a little satty, people know something's wrong. But yeah, for me, it's my communication skills. I think parang let's broadly cover it in my communication skills. That's my strength, because your communication skills are also your connection skills. What about
Yes.
you, Dar?
One of the things that I'm appreciating right now is actually ikaw din magaling ka lang dito ideation. So I really love parang how I'm able to connect certain things and ideas. Mas na-appreciate ko siya right now because siguro madami akong kailangan ihugot
Wait.
para
There's a lot of things
mga
that needs ideation at this time.
yeah, baka
Well,
ano siya, survival coping mechanism, 'di ba? Na sige mag-ideate na lang tayo, maghanap pa tayo ng mga different possibilities. So,
yeah.
I really appreciate it right now na parang and I'm grateful. Really grateful that parang thank you God na bibigyan mo pa rin ako ng all these ideas. I mean, of course, not all of them are working, but just the possibilities are very important. So,
And they're
ayun.
endless. They're endless.
Yes. And with that, this is
And
the
with
end.
that,
We end another fun episode of the BDJ Studio Learning Series with Revlon. And we do this every second Wednesday of the month. So catch Erica and myself on next month, July 14.
July 14.
Ang bilis ng panahon, no?
It's
Parang
mid-year.
mid-year na, guys.
2 months na lang maririnig na natin si Tito Jose Marichan. Let's be real.
Yes. But next week, guys, please do catch me with BDJ and Kandama. So good night, guys. And remember
Bye,
to
everybody.
live boldly.